Good evening.
You know...
Goodbye for now.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny? Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know...
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Believe me, there is a huge difference between reading...
Oh my God, man, stop your whining. I don't have time.
You'll need to feed on warm blood.
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to...
I will become your maker.
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege.
What do you know about...
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or...
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed. And I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the...
Who gave you the right...
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the weak.
Let me guess.
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must
By doing so, you will also...
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be
As long as the right people are on the right side of the...
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create...
The apocalypse is already knocking at the...
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls?
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that...
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear. I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Is it done, Dr. Reed?
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and...
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and...
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor. And take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare show yourself again, you or that monstrosity you bring to my door. Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare show yourself again, you or that monstrosity you bring to my door.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon.
Did anyone see you?
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers.
What kind of answer?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she's...
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body...
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plan.
Wait! Slow down!
I'm listening, but I do not have...
How did Elizabeth...
She presented herself humbly at our gate and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon.
What do you think?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we...
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of...
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak...
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was...
Because I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many others.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Yes.
Is this still unknown to her? Go now. Go now, young Hekon. You are awaited elsewhere.
Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare
Betray Lord Redgrave.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. Yes?
Did you refuse to...
Yes. His manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own.
You could have...
As a great writer recently said,
Tell me
I do not believe in the afterlife.
Tell me...
I do not...
Tell me everything.
I do not believe in the...
Are you not what?
She is as...
Are you in love?
Don't be stupid.
Who is...
She is...
You say she...
Well...
Tell me... How is...
I don't know what you...
Goodbye.
Welcome.
How are
The
things? Yes.
No.
Goodbye for...
Doctor?
Is it true?
Yes, it is. I made a terrible mistake. I deserved it. Sometimes,
So why are you...
because I'm a damn fine copper. I just don't want to have someone innocent hung again by mistake because of me.
The death penalty is...
I agree. I'm convinced all civilized nations should abolish the death penalty. Maybe after the war, one...
Why do you think...
I believe no one should decide to take a man's life. Not a nation or a government. No, sir. But I believe in divine justice.
Goodbye, detective.
Goodbye. Seems violence and madness and no contagion. Doctor?
What are you...
Well,
I would...
What?
I'd... Goodbye.
goodbye. Seems violence and madness and no contagious.
dare you interfere with my hunt? You cannot win this.
Away with you!
Good evening.
And
Goodbye.
she's been...
Good evening.
I won't.
You need some
London has brought so much pain to me.
Good evening. Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I don't know. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He seemed to share my hobby. Then he invited...
Goodbye,
Maybe I should leave the city.
Elizabeth.
It is also good to see you.
Indeed, we stand upon the present.
No, I returned home.
Your friend, the well-informed old Bridget, tells me the guard of Premoi has assaulted Pembroke. I fear Edgar tops their blood.
Bridget. She is such a tragic figure. And yet, I sense deep inside, she has a delicate...
What are you hiding? You...
Indeed, Jonathan. I seek the...
I was concerned for your safety.
Fear not. I've evaded the hunt.
I convinced Aloysius to embrace death as the ultimate gift of mortal life. I believe he found peace in the end.
The cost must have been heavy indeed. I am...
Ascalon has defrocked me and threatens to hound me from this...
You did what you thought was right at the time. One can ask no more.
Now I am assured of your safety.
Good. Now go, my dear, and return with good news with the greatest haste.
What is this? Vampire hunters here already. Good evening.
Good evening.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. I don't think anyone's hurt. But we haven't heard from Dr. Swansea.
Do you think he's been taken?
Yes. There's been shouts in his office, and then these brutes left the hospital without...
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening.
Good evening.
Are you all...
For months I said this day would come.
Good. Are you all...
For a second I thought the bastards were here for me.
I'll... Good evening.
Doctor.
Are you okay?
Yes. Can you believe it?
Is anyone hurt?
No, but Dr. Swansea is missing.
Good. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Are you all...
Poor Dr. Swansea. He was the only one to stand up to those brutes. And now they've dealt...
Where is Dr.
I don't know. I hid...
Good. Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar?
Ultraviolet curtains and Ori calcium powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for one.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood The blood of a true defender of Britain, stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Your poisonous bite is useless on me. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. I'll pin you down. If you're so innocent, why does simple life burn you so? Freewind prevails! We are the guardian of justice. Prewin shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Prewin. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter. It's alive. It's alive. And it needs a name. I shall call you Lisa.
no place for you, sir. This one's mine! Killing's all.
Bloody leech! Steady, boys! We've got one of them here! Doesn't like burning, does it? Definitely! There's one of them burning!
So Premay never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Look lively! It's on to us! We have to stop it! Keep an eye on each other. Die, burning!
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Die, birds!
It's locked. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind. I should find the key to that box. It's locked. Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skull epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? Are you sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I
cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the guard of Prewin believe you?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the guard?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Prewin in 1854. They believe he's an evil.
Why would he deserve?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul.
While investigating the epidemic,
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan.
Do you know Doris Fletcher?
No.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter...
What do you want me to say?
Do you remember when we suspected...
Yes.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to...
That woman was extremely bitter.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss...
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms. Blind hate and strong physical...
What does this sad story have...
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic.
I only briefly...
My point exactly.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of...
How could I? I never saw Harriet...
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!